So here we would move ahead after going through these different skills. We would move ahead and we would see some more that come under the heading of these interpersonal skills. And here these are different other sub skills that come under the heading of interpersonal skills, and these include many, as you may see. So out of these, we would also take up some, and we would also take up some other which are not mentioned here. But first of all, we would take up this thing, self-awareness and assertiveness, and afterwards we would move ahead towards some other skills which include the persuasion and team building, conflict resolution, conflict management, not the communication skills because we had already done this, and then negotiation and some more. So these are also these come under interpersonal skills heading. Now people talk about the importance of interpersonal skills. So there are many more studies. If you would go through different studies being conducted on interpersonal skills, you would find more definitions and more opinions of the people. So but here I would present some. And here first they gave the definition of management, which is getting things done through people. And here they also say that a successful professional and a successful manager is the one who knows how to get things done through people. And in order to get things done through people, first of all, you need to understand and you need to learn and you need to practice the interpersonal skills, because these are the interpersonal skills which would enable you to get to know yourself and to get to know others. Because when you want to get things done through people, you need to first of all understand others' potentials, others' strengths, their weaknesses. So here they say that the successful managers appear to have a natural or highly developed ability to read the actual and potential behavior of others around them, because that's the key to getting things done through people. If you know their actual and potential behaviors, only then you would be able to assign them the task, and only then you would be able to persuade them and to make them do the things that you want them to do, that you desire. So I would say that before getting to know the others' potentials behaviors, first of all, get to know your own potentials, get to know your own strengths and weaknesses, because these are the things which would enable you to understand others. And for getting to know your own actual and potential behaviors, you need to get an awareness of self-awareness. So that's why we would read in detail the self-awareness thing. Okay, these are also being said as the goal directed behaviors, and the next Argyle also talks about this, that okay, we would hear different kinds of terms that are associated with interpersonal skills directly or indirectly. These include like interactive skills, people skills, face-to-face skills, social skills, social competence. So these are used interchangeably. They are more, they are almost, you would say, they are alike, they are similar kinds of skills. So here the Aga's definition of socially competent people comes, and socially competent people, here you would see they are the people who possess the good interpersonal skills. They have practiced good interpersonal skills and they are effective in those. So these socially competent people are those who possess the skills which are necessary to produce the desired effects on other people in social situations. It means that these socially competent people are able enough to get to achieve their desired goals in different situations. And in different situations, you may have different goals. In some situations, you wanted the other person to understand your request and to accept it. In some situations, you want to force the person to do the thing that you want them to. That sometimes you want to persuade them to work harder. Sometimes you want to make a harder purchase. Sometimes you want to solve a conflict, resolve a conflict, to handle a conflict, to do the problem solving, to come up with the right decision, to negotiate with the people, and to support the others. So there are various kinds of goals in every situation that you wanted to achieve, and you could only and only achieve those goals if you are a good interpersonal communicator, if you know the interpersonal skills and you have practiced them enough. So here there is a reference to one book by John Hayes, Interpersonal Skills at Work. This is quite a good book. But since this is a little complex, that's why I have not taken up all the topics from this book. Rather, I have taken up only one, which I would do in future. But I would give you the reference to this book, and I would also provide you this book. If anybody is interested in reading the book, then I suggest that you must do that. So I will provide you this book. And here there are some definitions of interpersonal skills which I have taken from this book. John Hayes says that interpersonal skills are the goal-directed behaviors that we use in face-to-face interactions in order to achieve desired outcomes. He argues that interpersonal competence is a key factor that distinguishes between successful and unsuccessful managers. Means if you have the interpersonal competence, you would be successful. If you don't have, you won't be successful. So simply, interpersonal skills at work. This is about a book because it's quite an effective book, and we would take up one topic from that, and this is the micro skills approach to skill development. I would not take up the other topics from this book because, but I would welcome and I would recommend that you go through this book. Now, Honey's definition says that the interactive skills, he called these interpersonal skills as interactive skills, and he says that these skills are essential for the people to use in face-to-face encounters to arrange their behavior so that it is in step with their objectives. Means that this is essential for the people to get to know their these skills if you wanted to achieve their objectives and goals. So match these skills with their goals and then do them accordingly in any situation. There are various approaches to the study of interpersonal interaction. I just want you to go through these approaches. We are not doing them in detail, but I simply want to give you an introduction on these approaches. So these approaches are behavioral approaches, cognitive approaches, and transactional approaches to social interaction. These are there in that book. I'm not going to take them up in detail, but I want you to please go through what is being mentioned in these slides because this is important for you to understand how the behavioral approaches are important to study the interpersonal skills and how does behavior contributes to understand the other people's goals and their desires and how they help us to achieve our own goals. Where, for example, if you see that the effect of behavior on goal achievement in the selection interviews, how does that help? So here they say that in selection interviews, this is important. This is quite tricky one for an interviewer to achieve his goal. And what is his goal? That is to get maximum amount of relevant information and minimum amount of irrelevant information in order to select the candidate which is most suitable for the job. So here behaviors come under the way, and this is important to understand your own behavior and the behavior of others. And this you could only do when you are effective at interpersonal skills. In decision making, that comes great help. That's of a great help to understand your own behavior and that of the behavior of others, because this says that most of the time when you work in groups, some people are knowledgeable but they are non-assertive, they lack confidence. That's why they could not raise their voice, they could not share their opinions, though their opinions are quite valuable, but they are unable to share because of their own lack of confidence or because some other members they fail to pay attention or give appropriate weight to the views of others. Other people may dominate, they won't be able to express their own opinions due to the dominance of some other individuals because of the non-recognition of their own leader. So this is important to understand others' behavior as well as your own, and this you could only do if you know and you are aware of interpersonal skills and you have practiced them. And the person who's able to recognize what is happening and who can use this awareness to intervene, to act consciously in ways that make it more likely that relevant knowledge will be applied to the task and make an important contribution to improving group performance. So this says that the person who's able to recognize this thing, that in decision making, most of the time all the people could not contribute. If he understands it and he has the ability to intervene and to act consciously and to ask for their opinions and to handle the situation, so that would contribute to improving the group performance, and that would definitely lead the group towards success. So that's all for today. I would share with you the course outline as well as I will share with you the books. And thank you for today. I want you to please go through these slides and you may ask me the queries if you have any. when I would give you the day to ask the queries. Thank you.